no matter how you testify.
Families are saving in excess of $500 a year per student. And completion, Henry.
Cashbox is all yours.
Look, Ibrahim, Comrade Quetta, seriously, some of these things, you talk about $500 in excess. In fact, I say in excess. Ibrahim, every time, I don't know why this guy, towards the end of his speech, the UN General Assembly where he go in person, he also talk about he wants the world for come into partnership with him to achieve this goal. Ibrahim, I remember a few months ago we discussed something in the background about getting into a partnership with somebody. I don't want to pull you a secret now anyway. Is this supposed to be English?
Not necessarily. We can break it in between.
Right. Okay. So this is the thing. When President Bio mentioned to the UN General Assemblies that he want these people to be come to partnership, partner with us. What do you bring into the partnership? What do you bring into the partnership? All President Brio and our country brings to the partnership is just kind of like we're always kind of like on the receiving end. You know what they will tell us they will bring to the partnership? When these people provide their ad and monies, we give them the human capital development. But where is it? Look at this boy breaking stones. Ibrahim, seriously, every time I see this video of this boy, it breaks my heart. Just like Waiting Community Creator just mentioned. It breaks my heart because I know how it feels. When a parent, we all know in Africa, parents, they do everything to educate their kids just so the kids can turn and look after them in the future. This is a woman that has invested so much in a son. So the opportunity kind of like arose, and this guy had a scholarship with the Lincoln Queen University just because of people's choice to vote President Bio in. This boy's future has been shattered. How does it feel like? Ibrahim, let's do this breakdown because I think I'm going to maybe hang up quickly and then get in the car and then join you guys later on my phone because I'm rushing because my little man has caught his asthma, so I need to take his ventilate quickly. But anyway, let me just do this analysis quickly, Ibrahim, and then I'll just rejoin you guys in 5 minutes.
Sure.
Look, let's look at this. $500 per child. If you remember, they told us, I think there was a video that Comrade shared with us yesterday when the first interview that our president had, I think it was at the BBC, he said at the time there were 2 million kids, right? Yep. And the whole thing when they asked him about £7 and all these things, there were 2 million kids. And in this General Assembly conference, it mentioned that there has been 800,000 additional children in the free education. So that takes us to 2.8 million children. 2.8 million kids using the free education. But again, this is where the contradiction comes in, because I remember there was a time when the Minister of Education said, we've got about 2.6 million kids using the free education. So we don't know which one is true, 2.8 or 2.6.
As for me, I think maybe the president is saying the truth. But that is a typical example that the government is not working like a government.
Absolutely.
Everyone must come out and make their statements, because if they are working as a government, we will not add a figure from the minister, which is 2.6, and later the president 2.8 in a UN summit.
Absolutely.
That tells how reckless.
Yeah. So, comrade, let's go with the 2.8 million. Kids using the free education. This is where it is disgusting, it is disgraceful, it is everything you can think of, every negative thing. This man is the man that keeps telling us that the previous government damaged our reputation, they damaged our good names around the world and all this crap. where, you know, if we remember, he told us that, you know, he wanted to kind of like check in an hotel in Japan, and then they told him, oh, you're not entering because the previous government hadn't paid their bill, so he had to wait outside and pay the bill.
State for that matter, Cashbox, a head of state for that matter, someone who's now a head of state.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, coming as you mentioned the last time, you did say even Sierra Leone, when you want to book your hotel, you will book in way before time. They will confirm your booking before you even get there. Not to talk about Japan. Japan is the third biggest economy in the world, for God's sake. They've got structures, they've got systems in place. So don't tell us that our reputation was damaged. No, sir. But look, Ibrahim, 2.8 million children using the free education. Now, at $500 per child. And Fabuleng therefore remember this. Fabuleng therefore know this. When he says like the parents are saving $500 per child, he's basically saying that the parents do not need to pay this money anymore. The government provide the money for this parent. $500.
Cashbox.
Yes,
Cashbox. This time I want to make an now for people and down there. Let them understand this particular analysis, because then they suffer and I get a majority. This one now, I want to break it down to look at that so that the people as a lungo know what you want to talk.
Absolutely. You know, look, thank you, comrade. You see, this is the thing, Ibrahim. This honestly, when I think about this thing, I say, you know what, this guy, you don't get shame. You know, this is the man that's supposed to be our president. But for me, I do not have any respect for him anymore. I'm sorry to say, but I do not have any respect for him. You know, $500.
You don't need to say about that. The man don't deserve respect.
It's true. It's true. $500 for one Pekin, Ibrahim. Now, 2.8 million Pekin, and they use the service. So if you do $500, you multiply them by 2.8 million Pekin them, and they give you $1.4 billion. $1.4 billion, Ibrahim. That is $1.4 billion, Ibrahim. You know, I keep emphasizing it.
So what's our GDP as well? What's our GDP as alone?
Well, this is the thing. With GDP, it's about $3 billion a year. But the worst thing, let me forget about the GDP first, is the fact that, you know, with GDP can be 3 billion or 4 billion, but the revenue where we collect, if we remember, these people came in and said, oh, we revenue to GDP ratio, because it not necessarily means say you GDP, now the money that way you collect in your country. No. So what did this mean, Ibrahim? This now 1.4 billion now in the president $billion now in the president say we actually this now in the government they spend. In other words, they subsidize the parents them. Now in the spend them, if the parents them the one spend them, now in the spend them $1.4 billion, Ibrahim. Now, Ibrahim, if you multiply that by the exchange rate, let me assume for argument's sake $10,000. When you multiply that by 10,000, it'll give you $14 trillion. 14 trillion leons, sorry. 14 trillion leons, Ibrahim. Now, you know, I'll be the rush because I'll be one rush for go to that picture quickly. I'm not able to send you the budget we tell we almost now we, you know, first of all, the total revenue where we collect as a country every year, the total revenue where we collect, Ibrahim, it is about 5 trillion leons. 5 trillion as a country. 5 trillion as a country. Now we collect total revenue. The total all side, educational, agricultural, mining, the total money we collect as a country. Sorry.
Wastage so, leakage so, drainage so, we put all the 5 trillion.
5 trillion. Now we collect as a country. As a country, 5 trillion. But this president, they tell we say, the total money we're in the spend by education is 14 trillion. For God's sake.
What else do they collect?
More than waiting with the collect. And because you know why I compare with waiting with the collect and the country. And I don't even talk about the education budget. Because in the education budget, waiting in our budget, they tell we say number 1.7 trillion then they spend per education. But I don't want to even compare that. Because I want to compare the total money we will collect as country. About 5 trillion that we collect as a country. Then this president, they tell we say, like in other words, each child they save, parents and they save $500 per child. Where did that come from, for God's sake? Where? Ibrahim, these are some of the things that, and these guys, which they fail to realize, we budget, they be published. Now, we government and people that go, investors that want, want to go to Sierra Leone, they do check our country's budget before they go. Ibrahim, this guy and the last government, who that they damage we represent for make a president. First of all, when you make this statement, investors see you, they laugh you. Just like our Comrade Creator laugh. Comrade Creator, every time I watch that video, I'm like, for God's sake, myself, they laugh. These people, they will laugh at us and say, this country, they don't deserve we penny because they're a bunch of liars. Yeah. This is disgraceful. It is painful.
You don't get charged.
Go
ahead, Cashbox. You're good.
No, yeah. You see, this is not a painful thing, Ibrahim. How a president, you go say $500 per child, 2.8 million picking them. Now you don't kind of like add. And then when you calculate that is giving us 14 trillion. Where is that, for God's sake, President Bio? Our country only makes 5 trillion leons a total for the year. Now we collect from taxes, from mining contracts, from everywhere. It's 5 trillion. So where President Bio, you get this 14 trillion from? This is disgraceful, Ibrahim. I'm sorry to say, but it is disgraceful. Ibrahim, I'm going to join you soon. I just log off from my laptop, and then I'll join you on my phone, and then I'll keep driving down to see this little man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Guys, so, you've seen the analysis, and this live is over an hour. I know it only gets, very interesting and stuff. But guys, we just have to expose these guys for the lies that they've been telling, and what I want to do again, my intention is to make it clear to the world, because, we everything these guys say, watch what they do, right? Not what they say. Watch what they do, because if you listen to what they say, you're going to miss the fact that they're not doing anything. And that is why it's very important for all of us to pay attention and watch what they are doing. When you look at the SLPP and they tell you, say, oh, we can't get a bad name. When going back to Cashbox's point about, what TV they say now as far as the bad name. Look at all these figures on the screen here, guys. I want to share with you guys the damages that President Bio is causing, the lies are causing for, our kids in Sierra Leone. I want you guys to see this video. You guys have seen this video by now. But this is as a result of a failure of government. It is getting worse. Do we deserve this kind of thing? In Sierra Leone today, the rate of prostitution is at a very, very high rate, which is why there's small people and now safe now. They're all not going to treat the results to prostitution just because they have to make ends meet. Their families, papa, they're not able to talk, mama, they're not able to talk. But the lies that this president is telling, this is the damage that we are actually having. This is the impact of the lies of President Bio and the SLPP and David Schengen. We cannot leave these guys behind. This body now, every social media platform they post every day. We cannot leave him behind. Go to Twitter, he did it. Go on Facebook, he did it. Go on LinkedIn, he did it. Go on Instagram, he did it. How much time does this guy have to do his work? That is the fundamental question I want you guys to ask ourselves. So let me play this video of this young Titi. When I see this video, all we don't see him. But I want for relate the damage that the SLPP is causing, the economic hardship. When the coronavirus funds money was given to Sierra Leone for coronavirus, these guys decided to use the money. They used the money to buy SUVs. They did not even buy PPEs, but they bought SUVs for coronavirus funds, from the coronavirus funds. They actually used the money from coronavirus to do interbanking activities. The damage that it is causing, now this kind of picking out, and then when they get small picking like this, they sleep with their grandpa, the age group now in the country. This is the damage that it's causing to our society. because we are losing our values in Sierra Leone due to the massive spate of corruption of this SLPP government and President Bio. So when he tells you he cares about girls, watch this video and see what is happening to Sierra Leone.
If you touch me phone, basta again. This na blessing. People this na blessings benge. If you touch me phone, basta again. This na blessings benge. Una look at mo. Na rare girl. I catch am with me man. People una look am. A blessings benge this. Look am. Fine pickings rare girl. Look am. A blessings benge this so. Peoples una look am fine. If una go see him face on side. Family and friends, this is Blessing Benge, original rare girl. Original rare girl, small picky rare girl. 20-year-old people, they keep 50-year-old man them. Rare girl, una look am.
All right, at least she's 20 years old, because I thought she was a minor, but she's 20 years old. But as young as 20, these girls should be an innocent young girl. The parents should be able to take care of these girls, provide everything that she needs. Why do you think a 20-year-old girl is going to sleep with a 50, 60, 70-year-old man? Because of the lies of this president, because of the lies of this SLPP government, they failed the people. The social contract has been broken. The economy is on a free fall. Everything is increasing. The price of rice is increasing. So when you hear this guy, the SLPP, the President Bio, the David Shengas, these people talking to you, this is what we're having. Our society is on a decline, a very sharp decline at this particular point in time. That is what we have going on in Sierra Leone. And this is the sad state of affairs. You know, Cashbox, it is so sad. I just showed this video of this young lady, small Pekin. You know, it is terrible. It is pathetic. So when the president goes around the world and tells these lies and talks about he believes in promoting and protecting girls, no, it is not true. This is a lie. I mean, I could show videos upon videos of how this president, they've been violating the rights of women in that country. They have no respect. SLPP has no respect for women. The people like Sata Lamin, these ladies were raped. They were raped. Sata Lamin and others at Kalaun and all these other places after the election, post-election violence by this SLPP. President Bio has never condemned that. But he's talking about $500 being saved by every family. You know, Cashbox, what I want to do is this. I want to show the WFP, you know, a report on hunger in Sierra Leone and specifically on how it is affecting, you know, kids in school. Because the reason why I want to show you guys this is because when Marabio sat with Bill Gates, listen to this. Watch this. Watch this video.
Your children to go to school without go out and only come in the morning, we have no increase. Even when you are in classroom, then the child come and say, I'm hungry, your child. That will traumatize you, will not be able to teach. As from April last year, up till now, we have stopped. We have no increase. Even when you are in classroom, then the child come and say, I'm hungry, your child. That will traumatize you, will not be able to teach. You will go out and only come in the morning. Even you as a matured person, without food, you cannot do anything. And you leave your children to go to school without food. That's all you will think about it. So you will not go into the class and teach well.
The malnutrition cases is increasing. From March up to April, we have now got 40 malnutrition under 5s children.
We are providing not.
So I want you guys to listen again one more time. Bill Gates, I want you to listen to this. Listen to this. For all the talk, this is WFP's report. Bill Gates, I'm not making this up. This is WFP. World Food Program report 2021 is about 2 or 3 months ago. And nothing has been done to address that problem. Listen to what Marabio is telling Bill Gates. The lies, we're exposing these things because we want to fix. We want to fix. Stop lying to the world, Marabio. Stop lying to the world, David Shenge. Stop lying. Fix the problems for the people. Listen to this.
We are providing not only tuition, but also textbooks, uniforms, and providing nutrition so that that can keep them in school. So I truly believe that we can do the quantum leap.
Listen to this.
Providing not only tuition, but also textbooks, uniforms and providing nutrition so that that can keep them in school. So I truly believe that we can do the quantum leap.
Listen to that, and listen to this.
It still stop where it is. As from April last year up till now, we have stopped. We have no increase. Even when you are in classroom, then the child come and say, I'm hungry, your child. That will traumatize you, will not be able to teach. You will go out, and when you come in the morning, even you as a matured person, without food, you cannot do anything. And you leave your children to go to school without food. That's all you will think about it. So you will not go into the class and teach well.
The malnutrition cases is increasing. From March up to April, we have now got 40 malnutrition under 5s children.
You know, Ibrahim, you know, when the president will tell Bill Gates, say that they provide school uniforms, I wonder if you don't play that video where that corporal, that soldier man, been they talk about in Peking where they go Prince of Wales,
yep,
where like it go spend 1.7 million leons for buy in Peking in school stuff them.
Right.
So well, you know, these are the things that, you know, Ibrahim, I know we've got very busy schedule.